You know what I've noticed lately? Everyone has a diagnosis: anxiety, depression, ADHD, PTSD. If you can name it, then someone on social media says you've got it. Scroll for 10 minutes and suddenly every symptom fits. I zone out sometimes, so I must have ADHD. I like staying home. I definitely have depression. I don't trust people. I must have some kind of trauma. And you know what? I do get it. Mental health awareness is important. We need to talk about it and we need to remove the stigma. But there's a fine line between awareness and identity. And right now, many out there are crossing it because what was once about healing and awareness has turned into label collecting. There's a rise of TikTok diagnosis out there. And social media has turned mental health into a trend. Videos about ADHD get millions of views. People posting their anxiety routines, so called a day in my depressive life vlogs. And sure, some of it is real, but some of it is people chasing relatability for likes. They've turned disorders into an aesthetic. And suddenly, being mentally ill gives you an identity, a community, and even clout. So many will say, what's the harm in that? Well, when everyone claims the label, then the people who actually are struggling with these disorders get drowned out. Mental illnesses shouldn't be used as a vibe. It's not quirky. It's not, I have social anxiety because I don't like parties. It's pain that affects your mind, your sleep, your relationships, your ability to live normally. And pretending it's universal doesn't help anyone heal. Here's where nuance matters. Feeling sad doesn't always mean you're depressed. Feeling distracted doesn't always mean you have ADHD. We live in a world that moves so fast. Of course, we're overwhelmed, tired, anxious. That's just being human. But instead of learning to manage emotions, we've been taught to diagnose them. And that's dangerous because when you make normal emotions sound like illnesses, you make illnesses sound normal. There's nothing shameful about therapy or receiving a diagnosis, but not everyone or everything needs a label. Sometimes you're just tired. Sometimes you're healing. And sometimes you're reacting exactly how a person should react in a chaotic world. Mental health awareness has turned into mental health marketplace. There's apps, supplements, merch, influencers saying, use my code for better vibes. Everyone is profiting off of the pain of others and their struggles. And it's convincing people that they're broken, that they need a diagnosis to belong, that healing has to come with a hashtag. But that's not true. True healing is quiet, it's private, it's the long, boring work that no one wants to post about. You don't have to film your breakdown to be self aware. You don't have to claim a diagnosis to deserve compassion. You know what this reminds me of? 2 Timothy chapter 1 verse 7. For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. A sound mind. Not a perfect mind, not a mind without struggle, but a mind that's grounded in truth. Our Creator created us with emotions, sadness, fear, joy, confusion sometimes, because they teach us about ourselves and they help us to know that we need to rely on Him for direction. But when we let those emotions define us instead of refine us, we lose balance. There's real suffering in the world, yes, but there's also real strength in not claiming brokenness as your whole identity. Healing isn't about wearing your wounds like a fashion. It's about letting the Most High, time, and truth turn them into wisdom. Now, I'm not saying that mental illness isn't real. It absolutely is. I've seen it and I felt it myself. But not everyone needs a diagnosis. Some of us just need discipline, peace, and honesty. So the next time you see a post saying, if you do these 3 things, then you have anxiety, just pause, take a break, breathe, and ask yourself, am I unwell? Or am I just human? Because not everything needs a label. Sometimes you just need to take a break and heal and rest. I'm Oso, and these are my opinions of a social outcast. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a doctor. I'm just someone who believes that your mind deserves more than a trend.